the last time, just
I know, it
getting
feels so
live.
weird.
I'm sure we'll
Oh,
be back in,
I
like,
know.
5 or 6 years. You know, the next pandemic that hits will be like, "We need you guys." Oh, I
No, well,
once again
Hunter is a little bit more self-sufficient and can play by himself without me risking or, like, me being afraid that he's either sticking something in an electrical outlet or he's
Yeah.
pulling something down on himself or, the channel isn't going anywhere. The channel will be here. I'm not deleting the channel. All the old great things will be there.
Liz.
Maybe if I
Alright.
get a
So
wild hair
excited.
up my ass that I want to film a video randomly, maybe. But
Maybe we will, yeah.
for at this point in time, I'm at a point in my life where my time is no longer my own. So it
Oh, yeah.
belongs to this little stinker. So,
It's the cutest little stinker ever, though. Sorry,
Yes.
interruptions.
right.
Shannon.
And
Hi,
then,
Shannon.
having, Jen run the channel for these last 2 years was a great break, but now she's feeling the burnout. So it's like that's not fair to her. So,
Yeah. I feel guilty too, but it's just like reading has become a chore, and I know that we, like, specifically updated the way events happen so that it could just be free flowing, but it was always in the back of my mind. I'm like, "I'm gonna have to talk about this book. Try not to forget anything."
She
And
was
you all
always so
know
panicked
my
and
memory is
texting me
garbage.
about forgetting stuff. I'm like, "Jen, it's fine."
like,
Yeah. So I got all up in my head, so I just
I
need
don't
kind
remember
of
shit either, you're good.
oh my god. Okay, this happens to us every year. Going through these books, I only had 58 to go through, thank goodness. But literally, I was looking through some books and I was just like, "What? I read that last year? This
I
is
Mhm.
on
know.
the
I was doing that
TBR?"
too. And I
I
was
know, I'm like, I had to check dates. I'm like, "Does this still count? Because this is
Yeah, I did that
2024."
for a couple of them too. Oh my
like, I
god.
cannot believe. And I'm honestly actually really surprised with myself. I read 93 books last year.
That's impressive.
So,
I got to 95 last year, which was and I
Alicia for
wasn't
the
even
win.
trying to. I'm trying to slow down.
One thing I noticed okay, so one of our categories, spoiler alert, is, like, shortest book or novella.
yes.
Do you know how many, like, chunksters like, I know, Alicia, you said I read a lot of big books,
You've
and
read
I was like, "Yeah,
yeah.
you did," and then I started going through some of mine, I'm like, "Damn, this is over 500 pages. This is almost 1,000 pages."
Yep.
And I
And
don't know how
so
you got through some of them so fast. I'm like, "I'm still halfway through." You'd be like, "I'm done." And I'm like,
it
"How?"
diamond painting and Alexa reading it to me, that's
Oh,
how.
yeah. I'm getting like so used to like either Alexa or Siri like reading like ebooks. So I've been getting through a lot of like my short like the stuff your Kindle days, like
Yeah.
where I download like every single book and I was like, I gotta read some of these. And so like yeah, on the way to work, I just have Siri read it to me and I'm just getting through like so many ebooks that way.
Yep. Okay, to Eliz's comment here, that she can't remember a book. I saw a meme the other day that was so perfect, and I'm pretty sure I shared it as my story where I said, hey, I rated this book 5 stars and I loved it and I just finished it. Do not ask
Don't
me what it
remember
was
shit.
about. All I know was that I liked it. And I'm like, this is it. Like, why don't people understand this? That I can't tell you about a favorite book other than the fact that the experience was fucking magical.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
worst is trying to remember names.
Oh
I
my
was on
god.
something last night and I was doing an online book club that I'm a part of with a friend and we're just like we both love this book and gave it 5 stars. Who the hell is everyone's names? I can't remember shit.
Okay, I haven't
I
started
remember
it
plot
yet.
points, but I don't remember names.
This is not gonna be spoilery in any way, shape, or form. Onyx Storm came out, we all know this. I have not read it. I could not tell you aside from Violet and Xaden and fucking Dane, that little bastard better die, and Jack Harlow. Okay, I'm starting to remember some people. Those 4 couldn't tell you. I was in line to try to get the Target special edition, which I did not get, and angry story tangent here, guys. This is what
Excuse
today's
me.
gonna be. I got a like, I look at the Target thing because I still really want it, and there were, like, 5 stores in my area that said they were in stock. I went to 2 of the stores, and do you know what? Despite it saying in stock, I asked employees, and I'm like, "Hey, it says that this book's in stock. Where is it?" And they're like, "Oh, we don't have it." Well,
They
then
do that all the time
update
at like
your
Walmart and
freaking
Target.
app.
Not even with
Ugh.
just Onyx Storm in general, with any book. It'll
So,
say
yeah,
online it's in stock and tell you what aisle and it's not there.
And it's not
so
there.
dumb.
Yep.
But yeah, I want to read that, but when I read the first two, I read it at 3 speed because I decided to start it the day before our in real life book club, and I couldn't remember things to save my life.
He's so cute.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a reread before I do a regular read.
Oh yeah,
the new one.
that's what I did. Like the last maybe 2 weeks of January, I read Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, and now I just started Onyx Storm 2 or 3 days ago.
Spoiler alerts! Don't tell me anything.
No, I mean,
But also, I'm very proud of you. Actually, Liz, I think you're just talking about the regular book and maybe not the Target Special Edition. But if you got the Target Special Edition,
why are you so
Liz is my hero. Is that the fourth? That is the Fourth Wing book. Yep. Oh, and shit. Liz got me.
You're not gonna eat your sandwich? I'm gonna put you to bed.
The other thing too is with the books, I like to wait until the hype has died down and then find myself for it because otherwise it's too much.
Like
I still love it though.
The first one I really liked. The second one I was bored like halfway through.
Yeah, you laughed at some things where I was just like, "That's so sweet."
I was so I'm like, did I miss the train on this one? I'm so bored. I don't know.
No.
I just accepted romanticy's not for me. It's okay.
That's understandable.
It's okay.
Regular fantasy is not for me, except for PL. I'll deal with PL because he's starting to throw some romance in there. It's not full romance.
And for being but
it's not
a man, he writes it very, very well.
That
sounds really, really bad, but I mean it as a compliment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so now that we're 5 minutes in, we probably should get to the whole reason we're here. Welcome, everyone. I don't even think we said welcome.
Hi!
We just started saying goodbye so fast.
Just started
I'm
talking.
going to try not to cry. Also, I'm going to try not to lose this crown. As you can see, I should have told you guys I was going old school. So the reason it started, we got our cozy queen. As you look at my chest, yeah, like, woo. No.
I had my cup of coffee and my cozy queen mug.
I was just going through my closet and getting rid of really old shirts, and I saw that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember this.
I almost got rid of this because I'm like, I never wear it, but I'm like, no, I can't do that.
I cannot believe you almost got rid of that.
Also, my dad broke one of my wine glasses, and I was like, damn, one of my big ones. And I was just like, God, now I don't have a large wine glass. And I was going through my storage stuff, and I came across our Cozy Queen Publishing, and I'm like, perfect. So that's now in its place. So it's wonderful.
That is a pretty big wine glass too.
It is. Special editions are the best. Also, I need to know when Barnes & Noble is going to have their pre-order 25% off sale because I've started making a list. And it's going to get...
I have very few this year. I think altogether I have 6 pre-orders.
Oh, I don't know how many I have.
You just eat it?
What's eating? Oh, I don't need this right now. Okay. So yeah, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining and hearing our goodbye before our hello. We are here to do the 2024 Bookish Academy Awards a month into the new year, which is absolutely fine. Honestly, regular award shows don't even start until February anyway, so we're basically right on time. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one thing. Thanks for calling that out, Liz. It's a first read, or oh god, I have
Amazon first read.
Yeah, so you can get it actually a month beforehand if you have Amazon first read. So I believe it's Not Quite by the Book by Julie Is it Julie Ann Hatcher or just Julie Hatcher?
I think it's Julie
Ann.
Julie Ann Hatcher. Get it? It's a teal cover. I already love it. I have the audio. Not the audio book, but I have the.
I have the audio book
physical copy already.
Yeah.
So.
I ordered my physical copy, but I don't have an early copy yet.
I'm super excited.
Okay, it's just Julie Hatcher. It's not Julie Ann.
Oh, okay, Julie Hatcher. Oh, Hunter, thumbs up, buddy. Let's see if we can get our thing. What's the one with the fireworks?
Stop hitting me. That's not nice.
Someone remind me how to get fireworks, and I'll do that at the very end. I'll be like, clearly that's not working. I must have turned something off. Who even knows? All right, I should warn you all. I just had a lot of coffee, and it's just there.
I'm living vicariously through you. I need a coffee right now.
I don't know how anyone survives without it. But also, See, automate thumbs up. Exactly. Yeah, thumbs up. Why is my phone not doing it? Oh, you dumb computer, you do it when I don't want it, and now.
Always the way.
All right, let's get to our first award, guys. Oh man, I should have rewatched some of our old ones. He made it. Yeah, he's ready to get going. He's like, oh my God, Auntie, you are friggin' nuts. I can hear the delay.
It's so weird, isn't it?
It is.
Oh,
It's
funny.
okay. So we have a live audience. So if you hear laughter at some point, that's my friend. She's over here. We're diamond painting. We have diamond painting dates on Saturday mornings. Maybe I'll start doing like posting just random things like I don't do on my regular channel. I'll keep the book club one going, but the regular channels. Anyways, but our first Academy Award is for Best Male Actor. Actually, it's just Best Actor because that's a man. But translates to Male Protagonist. Who wants to go first? Me. All right. So as you all know, I usually have a first and a second place. I picked one, but I am going to tell you my runner-up. So I'm actually going to do my runner-up first because I can. So my runner-up was actually Halsey Holmes from He's Not My Type. Wonderful book. Fourth book in the Agitator series. He's a wonderful gem of a man. He's a little bit quiet and a nerd, but he's lovely.
Is he the book reader?
He is the book reader. So our winner, though, goes to a surprise comment about because I was reading the last book in that series and I was just, there's no way that this guy is going to beat Halsey Holmes. And you know what? He damn did because it's Levi Posey from So This Is War. This guy.
I love the art on those covers.
I specifically picked these ones because I know you don't like the fake characters, but I'm like, you'll do a bodice ripper any day.
But it's just like, I just love it. I love those.
But yeah, he was just the best. Like, he's so underrated and he has reasons for the way that he is. And then it's just, it's so wonderful. I can't give you reasons without giving you major spoilers. And also, I don't remember them. So.
That's hilarious. Shannon, you are only getting runner-ups and winners from Jen. I have just chosen winners. So,
yeah.
Mine is
they love it. Some of them don't have runner-ups.
Hi,
but Bree's here. Hey.
Bree!
It's okay. We just started.
We just got started. You're good.
Yeah, we literally just started.
Oh, I got to figure out where I left off. Okay, this is our award. I'll get to everyone's comments here. Nicole, you go.
Mine is going to be Rain from the Crowns of Nyaxia series, Serpent and the Wings of Night. He's just a lot of fun, and he's kind of a morally gray character, which I really enjoy. The ending of this book, though, you kind of hate him for like 5 seconds, and then the start of the next book, you're like, okay, you're fine, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoyed this series, and I want to read the next one, which the side character in this book, it's her book, so I'm really excited to continue.
Are you talking about Ashes of Star-Cursed King or Songbird of Heart and Stone? Or Songbird. The one that's in the middle of the 6 Scorched Roses? Because I got all of them and I need to read them.
Songbird.
Got it.
I look at them all the time when I'm in the bookstore and I'm like, these titles are too damn long. I can't remember them.
The serpent one.
Okay, hang tight real fast, Alicia. I'm gonna real fast get through everyone.
You're good.
Yep, for me.
Oh, the cover's really pretty.
I love that cover. It was a good cover. The naked cover is stunning. I literally have this at 12 minutes. Yep. Okay. You're all good. You're good.
Fine. You know we start late.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we keep it up. Okay. And.
I love you, Brie.
The something and the something is accurate. Okay, sorry, Alicia. I just want to make sure because there's a lot of stuff, and I'm like, oh no.
You're fine.
You're up. Who is your best actor?
Simon, and we only know him as Simon in this. It's the Dragonbone Chair, which was published in 1988, so it's technically older than me.
Oh my gosh, that's
older than me.
I'm not even joking you. I read this in like a week. Wow. That's how quickly I read it.
Wow. And that's great.
And it's just, and he's one of the author is Tad Williams. This is the first in his it's called his 7-book trilogy because it started as a trilogy, but he loved the character so much he continued the series.
That's hilarious.
So
Okay, it's going to come up late, but what's the name of it again? My friend, she's a huge fan of them.
The Dragon Bone Chair.
Write it down, Laura. Dragon Bone Chair.
By Tad Williams. T-A-D Williams. And he's an inspiration for like George R.R. Martin. Like he's yeah. I am reading book 2 this year.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Each book is 900 pages, so they're all chunky. They're chunky.
She's a big fan of chunky books, so.
But they're very quick and easy to read.
Audio or no audio?
The audio is fantastic. I highly recommend the audio. The audio is great.
Winners. Good job. Okay. Ooh.
Hi.
Flex your audio. Yeah, your audio sounds fantastic.
Thank the boyfriend for buying me these.
Thanks, Greg. Or should I just call him the boyfriend? Thanks, the boyfriend.
And with Pride on in the background very faintly, but you probably hear it. Is it mattering at all to Hunter? Not at all. So.
All right, this one, our next category, is best act. I can't. You guys are gonna miss this. I can't read. Best actress, which translates to best female protagonist. Now, I technically chose 2 winners for this, but it's part of the same series. So, does it really count?
You want to see?
It's a 1 and point 1. That's how
because they're in the same series, and I wouldn't say that one was like a sidekick, so that's why I couldn't necessarily say, oh yeah. Let me see. I don't have it because I honestly was a dumbass and I put a lot of stuff away. So super sorry.
I'm not
going
to have all of my physical books with me because I'm rearranging books and books are everywhere right now. So I could only grab the ones I could find.
That's why I'm trying to like get this larger here. Come on. Okay, well, here we go. So my winner for this particular category is, and I'm going to butcher names, Signifaro and Blythe Hawthorne from the Belladonna series by Adeline Grace. I went into this series knowing very little to nothing about it. And both of these women were very strong characters, but they still had a love interest. And one of them fell in love with death. And I was just like, well, that's the greatest thing. And then another one fell in love with life. So you know what? It kind of was really a nice give and take. And they just, I don't know. It was a great little read. So I highly recommend the series. It's a trilogy. They're all out.
I'm reading it this year. I have the first 2.
You've got to. It's really good.
The cover is really pretty.
Mm-hmm. I think the reason I put it away is because it's no longer, I finished it and it's no longer on my special edition shelf. I don't have the regular one anymore. I think I got rid of it, despite the fact that the regular edition has a stunning undercover. So
the regular edition with the pretty like light purple on the hardcover is what I have, and it's like it's one of those books that you don't even need the dust jacket for because it's so damn pretty. I'm just like, it just needs to stay off because it's pretty.
Exactly. Yep. I love it, and I love that a lot of single editions, or not single editions, a lot of regular editions are now doing that, because now I can drop some of my book subscriptions and still get pretty books. And they're pretty books that I know I'll like versus like a surprise pretty book.
Right.
Or one that just looks pretty but isn't written well.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because that's a lot lately.
I think, Alicia, you said it perfectly. I'm going to butcher the way you said it, so I'm going to give my own phrase to it. It's like putting a tutu on a pig. It's still
I call it beautiful gowns. It's beautiful on the outside, but it sucks on the inside.
That is accurate. Yes.
Yep. For real.
And Shannon, yes, we are on this. So I'm just going to keep it up as that's what we're at.
Yep. That's what we're at. And my pick is going to be Maggie Freeman from Nighthawk by Beverly Jenkins.
Oh.
Hi, Vina.
Hi, Vina.
I just really enjoyed Maggie's character because
Beautiful cover, by the
Just
way.
because of the
Sorry.
way, yeah, I know he's just fantastic.
I need that book so bad. I only have the audio, and that I love that cover so much.
This is Ian, and it's honestly why I loved
Oh,
Maggie so
Ian.
much is because the way she interacts with Ian, and it kind of reminds me of how Grady gets so frustrated with in our Cozy series by Bree Baker. So whatever,
Yeah.
I love that she is so sassy to him in this. You know, he's a lawman. His former wife was murdered, so um he spent his whole life just trying to, right the wrongs and everything. And Maggie, she was arrested by a vigilante mob, and so he is taking her to be um, imprisoned. And he kind of realizes that there's some gray areas. Not everything is so black and white with the law and everything. So, but yeah, she's just really sassy. I love her. So yeah, she's my pick, Maggie.
I love
Maggie
it.
Freeman. So, and yeah, of course, it's a Beverly Jenkins. So
You
just
can't go wrong.
you can't.
Nope, that's a bodice stripper without a bodice.
There's
I
so
mean, you
many
want
of
to
her
rip
books that I
something.
need to get to. I have them.
It's so
I still need to get to Vivid.
Oh yeah, yeah, you do.
I keep on rereading Indigo because I love Indigo so much. I'm like, I need to continue.
Continue with her other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I keep on picking it up when I find it, but have I continued? No.
Yeah. All right, who'd you pick, Alicia?
Mine is Iris from The Divine Rivals.
I love it.
Um, maybe this is like slightly because of what I've done in my own personal life, but I just loved that it was two journalists
Yeah.
because I went to school for journalism, and you don't see that often in books anymore.
Oh, and you already know this, but for everyone else as well, she's got another book coming in that world. Ooh, I think it's called Wild
And it
Reverence, and
and
I
it's a
get
standalone
it.
but it's in the same world.
In the same world.
Yeah.
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 And
It's
it's coming
September.
out September 2nd, I think.
Ooh, I don't know the specific date, but I think you're right with September. September sounds right.
And the cover's really, really pretty. Yeah. That's all I know.
Did I buy extra to get the signed copy from the independent store? Yes, I did.
I'm doing that for my birthday present to myself because
Yay!
I know we haven't talked about it, Nicole, but Stephen Graham Jones is coming out with a vampire novel,
Love it.
Buffalo Hunter, the
Yes.
day before my birthday. We have to read it.
I
It's
have
a
that
vampire novel.
I think that's one of my pre-orders actually.
We have to. It's like the two pre-orders that month that I gave myself. I'm like, I need this
Yeah.
in my life, and it's like the same price from Amazon if I buy it through his local bookstore and I get it signed.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a no-brainer there.
oh, I love
Yeah.
that man. And then I saw it was
100%.
vampires. I'm like, say less, I'm in. Like I'm just in.
I am in.
Yeah. You can't
Bree is
beat
in.
that.
She pre-ordered it as
You-
well.
Well, I didn't mention Bree, but Bree's just automatically in with anything with Stephen Graham Jones when it comes to all three of us. We have like our own little thing on what is it, Instagram?
Instagram, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Okay. So our next category, just going to go ahead and put this up for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Our next category is called Best Cinematography, which translates to Best Plot Twist. So if there is a book that you do not, or that you want to read, but that you don't want spoilers for, by all means,
Mute us.
mute us.
Yeah,
We
mute
will
us
take this
until
down. We'll
Yeah.
hold up our hands when it's the next person. So if you want to hear what the next person has to say, that's fine. Oh, I was getting ready to grab a book. I also have ferried this one away. So my book is going to be Light Lark by, this is the special edition copy, but Light Lark by
Oh,
Alec
pretty.
Astor.
Okay.
This got a lot of flack because I think people were comparing it to A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I get it, but that was not the author's fault. So people that were like bombing her before the book had come out really irritated me because I'm just like, you haven't even read it. Like,
Right.
she's not the one saying it's like ACOTAR, the publishing. Like, that's not her.
Publishers
So
do that because they saw the hype that was
yeah.
ACOTAR and they want it to continue to this book.
Right.
It's not the author saying that. It's like
Yeah.
A Court of Thorns and Roses.
So for me, I was really curious to read it, gather my own opinion, which I don't do often, but here we go. I decided to do it, and I really liked it. I liked book 1 more than book 2 because in book 2 she was with the wrong love interest, and I'm also a little bit peeved that there's slightly a love triangle, which Jen hates. But the big plot twist in this one was that we found out that her best friend was actually the villain all along and was trying to kill her. And
Wow.
her lover at the time ended up being like he was her lover beforehand, but his power was to make her forget. So like he made her forget that she had these like their whole relationship. And I was like, what is
Interesting.
happening?
How rude.
It sounds like a
Right?
soap opera, and I mean that in a good way. It sounds like
It
very like soapy.
Like she's not
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because he made her forget, like, she had these, like, epic powers this entire time, but she had no idea. Like, it was the last 20 or 30 pages was plot twist after plot twist, and I'm like, "These are coming out of not nowhere, like, as they come up, you're like, "It makes so much sense. How could this still be happening?" But yeah, that was my winner. Also, because we both know I like to do God, what's the word for runner up? There we go. My runner up is he's not my type. Freaking Halsey Holmes was a kind of like a BDSM dom. I'm not gonna lie. He was a
Really?
freak in the bed, and I was just like, oh my gosh, you
I
polite
might have to
little
pick that one
nerds
up because he
are.
was my favorite. I loved him.
Yeah, the fact that he just like comes out with the dildo at one point, and he's like, "You want to stick this in my ass?" I was like, "Oh, sir, please!" My eyes, but also tell me more.
But also continue.
So I loved that. It was just one of those things. I tried to pick other ones because I feel like my list is Megan Quinn heavy, so I tried to just mix it up a little bit.
Shocking.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was what happened last year, and honestly, it's basically a good repeat. So, sorry, not sorry. All right, Nicole, raise your hand. It's your turn. Jen's done, hands down.
Hands down. So my pick for this is The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware.
So good.
So this book, honestly, I listened to the audiobook too, and the narrator did such a phenomenal job just doing like the spooky aspect because we're following this character. She's going to be a nanny to these two children because their parents are just away so much. They do a lot of work where they're away. And so you think like you're beginning to like okay, this house is haunted, there's so many things going on. Okay, it can't really be haunted because ghosts aren't real. You're beginning to think like it's the groundskeeper person. But then who was really doing everything? And also what kind of happened at the end too, again, spoiler alert, one of the little girls dies, like one of the children dies.
Jeez.
And so but then like at the very very end you find out who's really doing everything and then who killed one of the little girls, because everyone was thinking it was the nanny, it was the new nanny, like she was the one that was responsible for them. And when one of the little girls dies, they blamed her, she went to jail, blah 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 blah. But then you find out what really happened, who was really doing everything, and who killed the little girl. And let me tell you, I was like, oh my god. I was shooketh and shaken. Let me just tell you that.
It's been so long since I read that book that I don't even remember, but I remember loving it when I read it.
Oh
Spoilers are
my
up,
god.
so you just tell us, Nicole.
Huh?
You can't do that. I said the spoiler thing is up. You are free to tell us, should you so choose.
Okay, so the little girl who passed away was actually the one doing all of like the ghosty things and making it seem like this place was haunted, trying to drive
freaky as
Annie
hell.
away. And the person who killed the little girl was her sister. the sister didn't want the nanny to go away because she started loving the nanny, and like she didn't want to get another nanny, and so she wanted her sister to stop trying to push her away. And so what happens is she pushed her out the window and she fell, and she killed her sister. And so the nanny found out while she was in jail, because she was talking to this to the lawyer and the prosecutor or whatever, and she gets a letter from the little girl saying like, I did it, I'm really sorry, you're in jail, blah blah blah. But she doesn't tell on the little girl. She actually just stays in jail for her. But see, this is why
that's intense.
Yeah, it was a very intense last like 40 pages. I was like, oh my God.
It's been so long since I've read a good thriller. Like where you just like, I need to know what happens. This is nuts.
But
you're catching up on comments.
Yeah, it was wow. It was wow. Let's just say that.
Okay, let's see. I have here 8 months ago. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up now. I am slipping. I stayed on the other page. Forgive me. Don't even worry about it. I haven't read things. Yeah, life has been crazy. Yes.
January's been nuts.
Yeah,
thank God it's over.
It's been a long year, y'all. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
it's been a long year.
Very much so.
Out the window. But
yeah, huge twist. Can't have kids. Not the window. I know, right? Okay, hang on. Let me turn off because hide. There we go. Sorry, Shannon did great spoilers ahead, so that way I can still keep it here, and then Alicia can go without, and then I can still see comments.
I'm telling you, Bree, if you haven't read this yet, put me on mute. Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones.
Oh, that sounds terrifying already.
Like, it was, mind you, I had to read this during the daytime. I am terrified of like mannequins and shit. They've always freaked me out. I can't do it. But I'm like, it's only 3 hours and it's Stephen Graham Jones. I trust. But like, it all started with a prank, and they thought like they dressed up this mannequin that they had in the basement or whatever, and it all started as a prank, and then the mannequin started killing people.
Yes.
Oh, that's terrifying. No,
and
no, thank you.
The spoilers. The twist is it wasn't the mannequin; it was the kid who dressed up the mannequin in the beginning of the book.
That's even more horrifying.
And it literally, he kills his friends and had like the one he like beat up so bad that the kid looked like he was in a meat grinder. Like,
oh no!
It was like now you see why I had to listen to this during the daytime.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend the audio narrator, Gary Tideman.
Okay.
Because and I have to give Stephen Graham Jones credit here when I say this. He always makes sure that the audiobook narrator is a Indigenous person.
Yes.
Which is,
very nice. That's awesome.
But it was so good, and that was the first book I read for Black Aweenathon this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't be offended. I'll never read that. Just gonna.
No, I know you won't.
Okay. 1 year. Oh no. Hopefully everything's okay. Prayers for health.
Sending good vibes.
Oh, she did read it. Good. Oh,
no,
not mannequins. Anything murder doll related, I'm far out. Just no.
Just mannequins scare the shit out of me. They always have, even as a child. I was like, nope.
Yeah, I'm not reading Nicole's either. You can read mine. It's fairly safe. I promise. You know I don't read anything too. Yeah, a great narrator is always top notch.
Yeah.
All right. Next category is going to be Best Costume Design, which translates to Best Book Cover. We all knew I was going to... Well, hang on. Let's take a moment, because I actually had 2 runners-up in this category, but I didn't want to have the same books. So my runner-up was the Divine Rival series. I just love these.
So pretty.
They're like
so
simple, but they're beautiful. But then also,
underneath is so pretty. I love it.
I wish I hadn't put it away already, but my special editions from the Bookish box were by far the prettiest book I think I own. So I should have done that, but go ahead and look it up because they are for sure up there. You've already seen 2 of them, but my runner-up was the Bodice Rippers from
Oh yeah.
Megan Quinn, the Agitator series.
I like
Because
those covers better than the original covers. I don't
yeah,
like
and they've got
those at
dirty
all.
pictures inside.
Of course they do.
But the winner, which if anyone can remember throughout the year, I said, I got to read this book. I got to read this book. Actually ended up being a really good book, but was this one by Megan Quinn, The Mother Road. Because
Yes.
just
Is that the one with the butt?
the butt.
No, I'm thinking of a different book.
You're thinking of Joanna Lindsay.
That's the one I'm
This
thinking of.
reminds me of that though, because
It gives
if
me that
she
like
was-
same vibe though.
if she was a little lower, it would 100% look like your book, Nicole. I'm just
Yep.
saying.
For sure, for sure.
So yeah, this is the number 1 winner of this category. You're welcome.
I have 2 as well in a surprise twist of fate.
Oh my god! And the winner of the best cinematography for Bookish Club, whatever we're called, is Nicole picking 2 books.
Oh, it's so
Sorry.
funny.
A surprise plot twist.
So obviously my first one, I'll be
Oh yeah.
because I just love I love the paperbacks too, but the hardcovers are they're just so cute because I love Christmas and I
You
just
can't
would
go
like
wrong.
to go to this town. Really, they're adorable.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then my other one is A Faith and Fear by N.D.
Oh.
Jones. She just has like stunning covers. Honestly, I would like to have every single one of her books in like the paperback format because they're just stunning. They just really, really
They're
are.
beautiful.
I want to, like my favorite of hers is Crimson Hunter. Let me see if I can pick it up. I mean, I have a paperback, but it's all the way over there. I want to see if I can look it up real quick. Just all of her covers are just stunning, and she writes really great like fantasy as well. And Crimson Hunter. Let's see. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. So yeah, this is like
that's cool.
Like one of my favorites, like a Red Riding Hood retelling almost. But yeah, but it's also like sci-fi. It's really good. But
Nice.
so yeah, you look her up, N.D. Jones. She's also starting to do a lot on her TikTok as well.
Is she independent?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot. She's doing a lot more on TikTok because of her newest release.
I'll
Which
check her out.
I have her newest release as well. It's a retelling of Harriet Tubman.
Ooh.
So let me just Harriet's Escape, I think is what it's called. Harriet's Escape. N.D. Jones. Yep. And this
I'm
is
going to sneeze in your guys'
just
ear.
the colors that are used. It's just
wow.
Ooh.
I need that book just off the cover.
Oh, it's just beautiful. Like her covers are just oh my gosh, just stunning. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one this year. This is one of my anticipated reads. So
you should get a second copy and bedazzle it during a book club event. Just saying.
Bedazzle. I haven't even finished bedazzling the other one we got.
That's okay.
That sounds. You're gonna send me down a rabbit hole. I already started with those like Nook things, and my mom bought me one for Christmas, and now it's like my new hobby. Those like little book nooks.
That's awesome. Alicia, what is your book cover?
Mine is let me see if I could turn the brightness down to see if you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. Like, look at that cover. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. And okay, the best way I describe this is if you liked the vibe of Legends and Lattes, but you want more plot. This has definitely got more plot, but
Oh, and you
it's
told me
very
about the anxiety thing, right?
but it's so cute. She has like this little anthropomorphic plant that she's friends with who loves to read. She's a librarian, and her the love interest is someone who saves dolphins. It's fucking
Aw.
adorable. Like I just had a smile on my face the whole entire time I read it. It was just
You
like I'm like, I don't hate cozy fantasy. I just need more plot.
I need to go to Barnes& and Noble because you've told me about that a bunch of times, and seeing it
Oh my
again, I'm
god.
just like, God, that
Me.
cover is so cute.
And then when he gets nervous, he loses his dirt because he shakes.
I'm
'Cause
sorry. I think you've told me
he's
about
a
this a couple
plant.
times, and I love
And
it.
it's so cute.
That is so funny. I did get that book last year. I just haven't read it yet.
It's so cute. The
I
audio is
bought it because
fantastic
the
too.
cover is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And my copy has the purple sprayed edges, which I love.
That's the thing, is I think they still have them out there, you just have to find where they have
They
it.
have them at Books A Million, so you can have it shipped to the house.
Ooh. I stopped my Bix Million thing because I found out that 10 of the 11 coupons that they sent me when I bought a membership were for in-store only, and I do not have
Yeah.
in-store. So I was
Well,
like,
when you
"That's
come here,
very weird."
we can go into one because there's one literally 20
true.
minutes from my house.
I'll have to sign up for it then. And then to this your comment here, Liz, I think it's this one that you're talking about, it's got more purple in it.
Nice.
That's pretty.
I still haven't read this one. Please don't hate me, guys. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of judgment because I like that book so much, and it's been out for 3 months, and I haven't read it yet.
I DNF'd it, so
That's okay.
I
I
tried.
told you didn't even have to pre-order it. I knew you
I
weren't gonna like
tried.
it, so
Well, I was hopeful because she was a journalist. I was like, I'll see where this goes.
see where it happens for sure.
And the
We could get on
stepmother's
a Book
trash.
Bedazzle. We could do that. We could try some things. It's not allowed with absolutely. That's the other reason why I have to stop them because I'm like, I have too many already, and now I've got 35 more.
That's the problem.
Exactly.
Heading smaller shops, my list.
No, not sprayed purple. The purple cover. No.
Oh. It's gonna be the same cover. Just hold on. Throne of Secrets. So that was no, that's the same one. Throne of Secrets. Is that my no, that one's light blue. I'm trying to think with the spray edges. Are you talking about what's the first one in the series? I should know this, shouldn't I?
You
Throne
should.
of Secrets, Throne. It's Throne of something. Throne of the Fallen. But I think it's a paperback. Ooh, I could be wrong.
The paperback is purple.
Purple cover.
I do like the sprayed
Yeah.
edges on the paperback.
Oh, for sure.
Years.
That's what it feels like. Honestly, my life is years. Oh gosh.
Okay.
All right. Which one are we on? Best Supporting Actor and Actress. I didn't forget. All right. Last year, I'm finally gonna get it. Woo. So I'm gonna do so technically this one could go for both of them. So this is War by Megan Quinn. Yeah, don't be surprised, it's gonna show up. So there's the Frozen Fellas, which are the guys. But then in a slight plot twist, so spoiler alert, when Levi or Posey is looking for assistance, he goes to the women and calls them the queens. So the queens could potentially be the best female sidekicks because they were just wonderful. All of them, like their personalities came right back. It was the best. But because I didn't want to pick this book for both of them and be like, oh, this for sure is the only one that I had for the men. But for the women, from
Jen,
the Divine,
whatever you want.
Yeah.
From the Divine Rival series, was Marisol and Addie because I just loved those
They were
two.
so cute.
They were great. They supported her. They supported him. They were just so cute, and I loved them. And I wanted Marisol to be so happy. And I loved that Addie loved the cat. So there were other reasons, but yeah. I mean, they tied for first place, the queens and these two. But yeah, those are my picks.
Good job.
Thanks.
Okay, so my best supporting actor is Zeus the dog from A Walk in the Park by Rebecca Weatherspoon.
Oh, I love
Uh,
Rebecca Weatherspoon.
because this was just so cute because lots of things are happening in our two main protagonists' life, and they think this dog is going to just solve everything, right? So, but they were both promised this dog, so they go and pick up the dog, and they're both there. So they decide to do like a joint custody situation.
I love it.
So, and then the more time they spend together, they fall in love, and it's beautiful. I really enjoyed it. I listened to the audiobook, but yeah, Zeus the dog, you'll see him there. He's adorable. And then for my actress, female character, it's Misha from the Crowns of Nyaxia series. So
Oh,
I love that she's getting her own book, and I can't wait to read it. So
nice. I need to read that series. I own 3.5 of the books, but
3.5.
well, technically there's 4, but can I call it 4? Because then you're like, one of them's a novella. Well, screw you. It's 3.5.
It still counts. For the male sidekick, it's Binabik, who is a troll, but he's a magical troll. So, like, he saved Simon from doing really dumb shit. Because Simon has the attention span of a gnat. And because he's a little kid. He's like 9 or 10 when this starts.
Okay,
And
I'll allow it.
And he's just like, am I supposed to do this? And then he kind of reminds me of like all the older like elves and stuff from Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Like he was it seems like he was based on one of those characters, but Binabik is the smart one. If you need to get anything done, talk to Binabik. And he sounds like he sucks on helium done by in the audiobook. It's hilarious.
It just sounds awesome.
It makes me giggle every time because they're trying to give him like a higher voice because he's a troll, and it's hilarious. And then the female character is the sentient plant from the spell shop because she stops this fire from happening because she doesn't want the books to burn. She's a sentient
that's a good
reading
plant.
plant. Like,
I
it's
love
the cutest thing. And then because the main character doesn't realize that the guy likes her, and she says something along the lines of like, can't you realize he's in love with you? Jesus Christ. Like, it's just it's so cute. And there's a picture it come from like this thorny little plant is hilarious.
That is cute.
That's amazing.
Oh. Okay, comments is the dog. Yep. And yes. Okay. So you guys are going to be tired of hearing about this, but I don't care. Best original screenplay, plot, or world. For me, anyone want to take 3 guesses? Because it's going to be the Agitator series. These are the 2 that I read this last year. Because honestly, give me a hockey player boyfriend, just please. That's it. That's all I have to say. Thank you. I'll take both of these. According to Nicole, 5 fools, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody shocked? No. Okay.
Not even a little bit. The next one I'm so excited for. Keep going.
Okay. So, my best original screenplay or plot/world is the Deathwalker Brides series by Opal Rain.
Terrifying.
Is that terrifying?
It looks terrifying. I don't want that on me. No, thank you.
They're so sweet. And honestly, before they eat enough humans where they get enough humanity and feelings and stuff, they're just like stupid to live, honestly. They're just so cute. But yeah, so our Dustwalkers here. The first book is they do like a protection spell around this town, and in exchange they give them a bride. So that's basically the world. And there's like fey creatures in here too. There's a lot of different fantasy creatures. But yeah, they're great. I do enjoy the series. I've only read the first 2, but there's like 9, I think, 9 or 10. But yeah, they're great.
Nice.
So that's my pick.
Nice.
My pick for the world is this is a standalone, by the way, a fantasy science fiction standalone. Forging a Nightmare by Patricia A. Jackson. And if you're horse people like I am, it involves sentient horses.
Nice.
Oh.
It's this isn't giving too much away because they're front cover, but the sentient horses are the 4 horses of the apocalypse.
Oh.
I know.
But
I've yet to read that. I have to read that. So.
That's why I bought it for you. I saw it on your list. I'm like, you have to read this freaking book. It's so good. But it starts out so not what you would expect. It starts out like a hard-boiled crime drama because he works for the FBI. And then he finds out that there's like a whole other world and that like his dad's the devil. So the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse have to protect him while he goes to try to find who's killing people in their worlds that's spilling over into the human world.
That's awesome.
It's very like urban fantasy at its best.
Very cool.
It's just different, and being someone who used to ride horses professionally, like you don't see that often in fantasy and sci-fi.
Yeah.
So, and it's chunky, but it's a standalone. Bing bang boom, done. It's great. And the sex scenes in here are top tier, by the way.
Ooh. You're gonna have to send that name over.
I gave a little bit of a spoiler mentioning the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, but I think by the cover you could figure that out.
Also, it looks like it might have been out for more than a year, at least.
Yeah.
I read it.
I read it. It came out 2023, but I read it February of 2024.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
And she lives and works. The author lives and works near where I grew up.
I think I remember you telling me about this earlier.
That's like even better. She's like I think she works in like trying to stop book banning in the Pennsylvania area. I think she's a librarian, but I could be wrong.
I have this book coming as a special order, and now I want to read it even more. And I love Ashley Poston. I think that's how you say her name. But if you haven't already, I only have the 3rd book right handy with me because it's the last one I need to read. But it's this series. I think it's called Once Upon a Time. So this is book 3, Bookish and the Beast. I haven't read it yet. The first one, I think it's
Cinderella and the Geek or something.
Geekarella. And the second one is The Princess and the Fangirl. But basically, if you like fandoms, these books are for you. Ashley Poston I love her so much. She's really good. And Liz just finished book 3.
I read The Dead Romantics by her, and that was really funny.
Oh yeah, I think I have that one.
It's an orange cover.
Yeah, but I can't remember where I put it. I tried to reorganize a little bit, and I'm not allowed.
And she falls in love with a ghost. It's great.
That's one does.
It's great.
That makes doing things difficult. Just unless if they figure things out.
Well, hey, if it's a hot ghost, you'll figure it out.
Exactly. All right. Our next category. Best Adapted Screenplay, which is book to film adaptation. I'll be honest with you guys. For the longest time, I was like, I do not read book to film adaptations. And then you know what happened?
You read a book to film adaptation?
Gem came out.
Oh, God.
That doesn't count, but okay.
It absolutely counts. It's the only book that I've read that turned into a film. So this is going to go to this one right here. That's all I've got. That's it. I know nobody wants to hear me talk about Taylor Swift and my crazy theories because if she doesn't announce the next one, I'm going to be so pissed. Anyways.
You know my feelings because of the Super Bowl coming up. You know my feelings very, very well.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right, Nicole, you go.
Okay,
What'd you read? That was
so
pretty intense
it was
book.
kind of really hard to pick this category because going through my books and I'm like, I didn't read anything that was put into a film or, you know, TV show or something. And I started watching the Percy Jackson series
It's
on
so good.
Disney Plus. But then I didn't read any Percy Jackson this year, so I was like, God dang it. But so I'm gonna go. It's very loose, y'all.
Hey,
Hey,
you
it
saw
worked.
my pick. I struggle in this category almost every year now, but keep going.
Gosh. Okay, so it's called Head for Jack by Jesse Knight. It's a Sleepy Hollow
Talk to me.
retelling.
Uh-huh.
I'm here for this. Okay.
I mean, I'll let
Honestly,
it slide.
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. But yeah, so with the Headless Horseman. There we go. Yep.
Okay. I'm here.
I'll allow
I
it.
watched the show. Was it on Fox? The Sleepy
I
Hollow show.
I
I
love
loved that
Sleepy
show.
Hollow, and then they just ruined it.
That show was the shit. I
I love
remember watching it in college.
because I loved Ichabod Crane and Abby. I love them
Yeah, you did.
together, and they needed to be together. Katrina could just go fly a freaking
I
kite.
agree. They screwed that show up so bad, and it was such a good show.
So yeah, this is my pick. And I really love the cover. I mean, the
The
cover is
cover's nice. Yeah.
so that is that's my pick. Okay,
Nice.
thank you. Have a good day.
Alicia?
The only book to movie, well, this is another loose one.
Hey, that
Book
works.
to movie or book to series adaptation that I watched.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's an unfinished novel by Jane Austen called Sanditon,
Uh-huh.
I
and
know because
there's
of you.
and there's a mini series that was put on PBS, and it had its third season this year. So I
Hey.
watched all three.
Nice.
Mine, and I'm gonna preface this by saying they only had the 11 chapters to go off of.
Yes.
So it went, but it was done by the same writer who wrote the 95 adaptation of Pride and Prejudice.
Okay.
So
I love it.
it was
It
done well, and plus the love interest in season 1, he wasn't the spoiler, he wasn't the love interest in season 2 or 3,
Ooh.
but it was Theo James, and that man is beautiful.
Theo James is beautiful. I love it so much.
But
I haven't seen him in
he was
anything
only
in a
signed
while.
on for one season because it was only supposed to be one season, and
Yeah.
they want and they signed a petition to continue it. Like they were like, we know Jane Austen didn't get to finish the work, so just have fun with it. And the last 2 seasons were just fun. And one of
Mhm.
the main characters, and I can back this up because I read a nonfiction this year that shows that she wrote it this way specifically. One of the main characters is a black heiress in the
Ooh,
unfinished novel. So
Oh.
they did a lot with her character, which was nice.
Great.
very nice. Yeah, I'm good at plot twists. Does my plot twist beat out Nicole's plot twist of picking 2? This is the question. Who truly won?
Who did win?
Yeah, that is an interesting concept. Let's see. I watched the first few seasons. I still
I
haven't
need to
watched it.
I
I know
wanna
you both have
rewatch
told
it,
me
actually,
to.
like, you just made me wanna rewatch it.
Right? And I'll stop before like the end of the season because
Yeah.
I always stop before the last seasons because I feel like everybody messes up the last
you
season.
mess them up. They do.
Like, the one that still pisses me off is How I Met Your Mother.
Yes.
That show was so good, and then the last 2 seasons, I was like, "What the hell happened?"
Yeah.
Speaking of didn't finish, let's go ahead and randomly throw in our DNF selections. I
I
only
have a
had
lot
2 books
this
that I
year.
DNF'd last year, which was Blood Debt by Terry J. Benton Walker. I really wanted to like that book. I couldn't get into it, and after a certain point, I was like, "Why are we still introducing people? I don't know whose point of view we're at." I was very confused. So I said,
Oh my
"I'm gonna
god.
go ahead and stop here." And then Alicia, I'm so sorry, but Northanger
I
Abbey
know
by
you
Jane
did.
Austen was my other DNF. So, what
Honestly,
about you guys?
it's not the best. But okay, DNFs. Hold on, let me pull up Storygraph here.
That's what I'm doing right now. Where is the DNF section?
Oh God! In another plot twist, I DNF'd a Sandra Brown book last year.
That's right. But you also told me that it had to do with like a baby dying, and now that you're a mom,
Yes.
that's just no. That's a hard
Yes.
no.
So yeah, my DNF was Out of Nowhere by Sandra Brown, and anybody who knows me, has been around on my channel for the least amount of time, knows I love Sandra Brown. And so I was really excited to read this, but
Oh, here we go.
if the main premise of the story isn't bad enough, it has to do with mass shootings.
Oh God.
Yeah. So
too close to home these days.
Too close to home, but then also the main character's son dies in this mass shooting. He's 2 years old. So I had literally this was February of last year.
Oh my gosh, Hunter wasn't even 1.
Hunter was not even 1 years old. And I'm like, I'm not reading this. Goodbye. So I DNF'd it. 10% in. Yes, 10% in. So I probably honestly will not be picking this back up.
No.
But
I'm not even a parent and I wouldn't. No way.
Yeah.
No.
It was.
My younger siblings are school age. No.
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 Yeah. So that was a no for me. I actually DNF'd. How many books did I DNF last year?
I DNF'd 20.
2,
Apparently.
20? Oh my God.
Wow.
I was just like, well, this is going to sound morbid, but a friend of mine passed away last year, like unexpectedly. And it's going to sound really weird, but it clicked in my brain. Like, we don't have a lot of time. So I keep reading shit I don't want to read. So I was just like DNF happy last year.
I DNF'd 3 books last year.
But that makes sense. I mean, Alicia, that 100% accurate. There's so much to read, and if you're not enjoying it, stop.
Yeah.
Like, sorry for the author, but
I've stopped
also,
halfway through. There's random spots that I just stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple. I can go down the list. So the latest book that I DNF'd was Cane River by Lolita Tatamy.
I don't think I've heard of it.
It's a literary fiction, but here's the confusing part. It's a literary fiction that she based on her family, so there's a lot of nonfiction shit in it, and it was trying to straddle fiction and nonfiction, and I was just so confused on what was the truth and what wasn't. I DNF'd that within the first chapter. I DNF'd a graphic novel, Berserker, the one written by Keanu Reeves, because it was just too violent, and I'm like, I don't want to see blood and guts while I'm reading it.
Yeah.
No.
I read to escape the worst parts of humanity, not
right.
to,
And I'm just like,
live it.
I love Keanu Reeves, and he's one of my passes in my relationship, but I can't read that shit.
One of your hall passes? That's hilarious.
And this made my friends really sad. The Wall of Storms by Ken Liu, I DNF'd. It's book 2. Because it was 1,000 pages, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck is happening, and it's book 2.
Oh no.
Yeah, if you were no.
Okay, I have a mini rant here.
Go for it.
Sorry. It's a nonfiction that I DNF'd. All right. It's called The Darcy Myth. Let me get the full title for you, because it's a long ass title for no reason. The Darcy Myth, Jane Austen, Literary Heartthrobs, and the Monsters They Taught Us to Love.
A lot. Nicole, you saw that in a bookstore, and I think you bought it.
Oh, did I?
No, don't even bother, because this lady who wrote the book about Jane Austen does not like Jane Austen, so she talks shit the whole entire fucking time. And I was like, lady, I was 40% through, and I'm just like, we're not dumb because we like Pride and Prejudice. Like, we're not. Shut up. Like, she made me like and she narrated the audiobook, so I'm like, lady, you're pissing me the F off. Jesus Christ. But she's like, if you fell in love with these characters, you're probably with men who beat you.
No.
Like, no. Literally, that's a sentence. I was like, and that was at like 40%, and I was like, hell to the no. No.
I'm out.
I just wonder how things like that get published.
Thank you. Why? And then, because And then she's like, "Well, I'm a medievalist, so I don't even like this stuff." Then why are you writing a book? And this was
Yeah.
in the preface, the beginning of the book. I'm like, why
Oh,
did you
yeah.
write a book about Darcy? She
Yeah.
basically equated it to why we're all in screwed up relationships when we're teenagers.
How about no?
No,
Because of Pride and Prejudice.
it enraged me like so much. I was buddy reading it with a friend of mine, and we were just like yelling at each other through Voxer because we were both so angry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too fun.
Well, if I
Sorry.
did buy that book, which I don't know, I can't remember.
Put it.
I just the last part of it. The
Throw it
title
out.
sounded
Throw it out.
familiar.
Throw it out.
Just throw it out.
Throw it out.
We're just gonna give it back to you, Bookman. Here you
Like,
go.
No. Another purge soon, Jen.
My friend did a 45-minute video ranting about it. I have to send it to both of you because it's freaking hilarious.
So
If you don't care for spoilers, because I don't think you're gonna read it, it's 45 minutes long and it's hilarious. Get popcorn. It's
get
great.
popcorn.
Get popcorn.
It's great.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. You want to
Oh.
continue on?
Oh, sure. Our next category then is going to be, it's a long one. Best animated feature, which translates to book that could be an animated movie, or because that sometimes is really hard, a comic book or graphic novel.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you, I struggle with this one again because a lot of the stuff I wrote would never be good as a feature, animated feature. And I didn't really read that many comic books like graphic novels that I was like, yeah, let's make this into a movie. I mean, because it would be porn.
I mean,
It's just not my kink though. So here we are. So I did eventually find one where I was like, this could go for it. So Alicia, you'll probably be happy. It's What the River Knows by Isabella Ibanez.
Yeah.
Ibanez? Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Ibanez?
Ibanez, yeah.
I think.
It's cute as hell book. I loved it.
I really need to
Spoiler
read
at
the
the
second
end.
one. I haven't read it yet.
Yep, that's on my to-do list. I got the second one here.
It's beautiful.
I mean, it's sitting on my
The
shelf.
white one,
looking
I
at
love
me.
it
It says,
so
"Read
much.
me."
That cover is so pretty.
I just haven't read it yet, so my bad. But yeah, so What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with names. But yeah, great book. A little bit slow, but when I saw it in my read books, I was like,
It gave me Mummy vibes. Like if the Mummy
Yeah.
1999, like the
Okay.
greatest movie ever, that's
Yes.
the vibe it gave me.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
And it's a
Well-
duology. So it's
Yeah.
it's
So and
a
it's both
duology, so
out.
it's 2 and done. Yeah.
2 and done.
2 and done.
Mine is gonna be the Cutie and the Beast series.
I
It's
love
literally the
those.
only comic, graphic novel,
The
manga.
covers
that
are
I
so
read.
cute.
I read these books during Jen and I. We got together and we just did
24-hour readathon that turned into
24-hour
36 hours.
readathon. Get away from the house, feel like an actual person again. My husband took my son camping, so it was just it was great. It was so funny because as I was reading this, I was like, "Oh, she's crying again."
You said that multiple times. Damn it, she's crying again.
So many times. But yeah, I mean, it was cute. What are you gonna do? But yeah, so she's a fan of him. He's a pro wrestler. And he just has this like connotation of just being a pro wrestler that he's, like really scary, but he's not. So, but yeah, she does cry a lot. That was really annoying.
It was.
But
Well, mine is very different. It's a middle grade graphic novel called Garlic and the
Ooh.
Vampire.
Oh, that sounds cute.
It's adorable. So to give you like a gist, I'm not gonna give anything away, but like these little sentient vegetables have their own little town, so they're very self-sufficient. But look at this. She's a cube of garlic and she has a dress on. It's so cute. I'm sorry, I
That's
can't.
adorable.
It's adorable. Like you both need to read this because it's just so cute. And she has really bad anxiety. She's afraid she's gonna like screw everything up, like because she overslept before she had to go to work. And then the sentient vegetable town gets really scared because they find out a vampire lives right outside the town, and they send Garlic because Garlic and
As you would.
vampire, and
Yeah.
she's petrified because she thinks of like all the stories that you're told about Garlic and the vampire, and she knocks on the door, and the vampire is really nice, and he drinks like synthetic blood, and he does his own gardening. It's just cute. Like,
Yeah.
and then he becomes friends with everybody in the town, and then he comes to their like fruit stands that they have on the weekends and buys fruit. It's just so damn cute. Like, I just smiled the whole entire time I read this. I read it in like a day, and it was the cutest thing.
That's good.
That's hilarious.
Sometimes we just need those
And
happy
it
reads.
helps kids get over, like, not get over, but deal with it, like anxiety, because yeah,
Oh yeah.
That's so cute.
it's adorable. And then there's a second one called Garlic and the Witch. That's really, really cute.
Oh, that'll be cute. That'll be so cute. All right, let's see. Cats.
Katie
Love
the cat
cats.
sitter.
Oh, you did read the second one. Nice. Duologies are the best. I like that. It's enough that you keep going, but you end before it's like, should have stopped a while ago, friend.
I can't stand when like you're trying to read this series and you're like, there's 42 books in the series.
Oh
I'm like,
my
good lord, I'm on
gosh,
book
right?
5.
I downloaded a free sample. Oh, got add into TBRs.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
It's really cute, and it's like child friendly because it's like middle grade. Like, I would hand this to my 10-year-old little brother.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you don't have to wait for the whole. That is good. Okay, sorry. I read that backwards. Like you did
Yay!
have to wait, and I was like, "Dang
I
it."
want to know your thoughts. Message me on Instagram.
All right, this one was a tough category. All of them seem to be a tough category for me
This
this
one was
year.
tough for me too. I didn't read a lot of stuff with sex scenes in it.
Well, no, we're one.
I really
one ahead.
didn't. I was like,
You're
I didn't read a lot of romance this year. Okay,
you're
that's
jumping
news to me.
ahead. The next
You're
one is
jumping
best
ahead.
director.
Oh, did I?
Author you discovered.
Oh, well, this
Oh my
one.
god.
I don't feel like
I got it
oh, that is
on Hoopla
Yeah!
too.
It's
He has
so
a,
good.
he has a little steak. That's hilarious.
Yes. And then when he comes in the house, he makes her a steak, which is like an actual like food steak. It's hilarious.
cute.
That is
It's
so funny. Okay,
and the
sorry,
art is
my
just cute.
library had it. Okay,
That
sorry,
was
Jen.
really cute. No, you're fine. You're fine. But yeah, our next category is best director or author you discovered or rediscovered. I don't feel like I got any new books where I was just like, oh my God, I've got to read the backlist. Actually, that's semi lie. I'm now thinking the word.
I have
don't
3
know
for
how
this
much
one.
I would want to read her whole backlog, but it would have been Funny Story by Emily Henry. I really enjoyed that, but I didn't run out and go, I gotta buy all of her books. It was just a really good book. So the author that I rediscovered was Rebecca Ross.
Oh,
So these are the two I read last year.
I bought every book Rebecca Ross has written so far.
She's
because
so
of that
good.
duology.
Like the writing is just so beautiful. She did a series, The Queen's Rising, which
I have it
starts
back
out.
there.
Yes, it starts out going in one direction and then does like a complete 180 to the point where I finished the first book and then I read the synopsis of the second book and I was like, "Oh right, she was in school this whole time." So like it was just really good. So the Divine Rivals just made me want to, or the Letters of Enchantment series made me just want to reread all of her books or read all of her books. And I've got quite a few of them. And
I have that first book, I think, of the others.
I think I might have bought it for you, or I might have given it in a book club White Elephant exchange.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
It made me realize how much I miss reading like epistolary novels. I was like, I love this. I love it, and there's not enough.
Yeah.
Usually.
All right, sorry, I think I interrupted you guys while you were saying yours. Keep going.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, that's a really good answer, but so good. Mine is Sarah Ivy Hill. I read Snowed In with a Dragon.
Ooh.
And It was just really cute. It was short, but it has like it has really a lot of stuff that I love. It's a monster romance. He's a dragon. They're snowed in at Christmas time. And he kind of like not necessarily rescues her, but he is a motorcycle riding dragon, and he has this really bad breakup. And she kind of she finds her boyfriend cheating on her, and so she just leaves, and he's
Oh.
there, and he's like, "Hey, do you like want to get out of here?" And it's so cute because she works at a bakery, and he goes to this bakery, buys a bagel every day almost, but he's like gluten intolerant, so he just goes to go and see her and buy bagels for her.
Oh, cute.
So
That's
It's gonna
cute.
sound weird to say, oh, cute, because that's
kind of stalkerish behavior, but it was really adorable. Like when you find out, you're I was like, oh my god, he like really loves you. But yeah, it was super cute, and I hope every single book that she writes is like that because I do want to read a lot of them. And they're short. I got through it maybe in like an hour or two. So,
oh, nice.
but yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
And this cover is really cute too.
Yeah.
Cute. Okay. Yep.
I have 3.
Okay.
Dang, Alicia, for another plot twist. It's all right. Keep going.
Okay. First one is Serena Valentino because I read all of the Villains series this year. All of the Villain series that's out. The 12th book is coming out in
Oh.
July.
Wow.
I just love these because they're just fun, and I'm a Disney nut, and I love these little hardbacks
I
because
think I had like the first 4 or something.
they're so much fun. And then the inside is like the evil
The evil
character.
version, yeah.
Yeah. They're just fun. And the audiobooks are always done they're done by John York. If it's a male character, they're done by John York, and it's really, really done really well.
Good.
But I read through 11 books this year. I was like, holy shit, I read all of them.
That's cool.
That is.
And this one, because it's just different, and it was his debut. It's called The Spear Cuts Through Water, but it's written so not what I'm used to. Like it's written in like for a section of it, it's written in second person, and then for a section of it, part of it's being performed on stage. You're somebody who's watching it being performed on stage. Like it's so different, and the fact that this is his debut is bonkers. Like how, and this was the first book I read of 2024, and I still think about it.
Oh, nice.
And like because it's a sci-fi, they have a sentient turtle who talks. Like it's so out there and not the normal speed that I would normally read, but I loved it.
Nice.
And then the last book I read of the year was a literary fiction by Jill Hornby. It's called Miss Austen, and if you want to read this, it's coming out in May. They're doing a adaptation on PBS.
Oh.
And it's about Jane Austen's sister Cassandra, like what happens, how she moves on after Jane passes away.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I do not, if you haven't read Persuasion, don't read this because there's spoilers for Persuasion if you haven't read Persuasion. But it's really great, and half of this is written epistolary. So
nice.
Okay.
You would love it, and the audio is great.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Rediscovered, yep. And Liz, absolutely. Anything by Rebecca Ross. I mean, I can only speak to the Letters of Enchantment and the Queen's Rising duology, but both of those have been fabulous. So I'm assuming I think she's got 3 other books.
I picked
4
up
other books.
What's the other?
I have
What's the other one called? The Thousand Ships or something, or
the
River? A River
Enchanted
and
yeah,
that's
Endless Fire.
The covers are really pretty.
Are absolutely. Couldn't the dragon melt the snow, Nicole? The pothole?
I didn't even really think about that. I'm like, yeah, they're snowed in. It's fine.
Too much snow for the dragon. All right, it's a blizzard outside.
And the
adds up.
The Miss Austen one is like less than 300 pages, so it's
very
really
nice.
Yeah,
short.
All right, now, Alicia, the moment we've
Now.
all been waiting for. Best visual effects, which means best action or best acting
Action.
in a book. I've got technically 4 answers for this, but I'm gonna bear with me. All right. So the first one, because I wanted to do like action in a book in essence, I again, I feel like I pick the same books for every category. It's basically the Academy Awards, okay? The same people get chosen for everything. Films win repeatedly. It's fine. So I picked Letters of Enchantment duology just because the writing in here was so poetic, and then just like the action itself like left me on my seat. More so for Divine Rivals than
Yeah.
Ruthless Vows, but I really liked both of them. As for best action in a book, this will not come as a surprise because Megan Quinn is a freaking goddess. Was gonna so if you know, you know the candy cane scene from How My
Oh,
Neighbors Stole
jeez.
Christmas. Yes. Candy canes I can never look at the same anymore. So thank you for that, Megan. But then also, yes, Laura, you are correct, would be these two as well. So this is War, and he's not my type because Halsey Holmes, son. Also, Levi is a bit of a dom, and I am here
I kind
for
of love
it.
that. I kind of want to read it
Um,
just because of that.
Because of
You'll
that.
hate the female
Yeah.
characters, so just a heads up. I'm just warning you now, Alicia, because I know that it would be a struggle for you, but if you want to give them a shot, highly recommend. So yeah, that's
Highly.
both Stacy's and poetic writing. Um, thank you, Shannon, for not judging me. Appreciate you. All right, Nicole, go for it.
Okay. My pick is gonna be Sweet Surrender by Viano Audiomo. Sorry, I probably butchered that. This is book number 2 in the Sweet Demons series. So, how this book starts out is our main character, he thinks he's just having these dreams where this demon just has his way with him, right? Um,
I'm
but
here
it's
for it.
yeah, he's here for it. Absolutely. I'm here for it. But it's actually like they're, it's like a nightmare demon where they like haunt your nightmares, but there's not really a lot of haunting going on. It's just a lot of sex. So great. Amazing. Fantastic. This series is actually really, really, really good. Again, this
Who's
is the
it by?
second. Viano, so Viano. And then the last name is spelled Oniomoh.
I'll have to check that out
Yeah,
because the cover
really.
looks fun.
Yes, fantastic. Also beautiful, beautiful covers. But yeah, so just wow,
Nice. Noise.
fans self.
The only two I can only think of 2 that I've read this year, like this past year. And it's The Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. That's my
That's the one that you
and
got, Nicole.
I've
Sorry.
read all 3 of them, and that's my favorite.
Oh, I
Because
love
he
it.
is just a cinnamon roll, and he wants to like protect her, and it's so cute. And like, okay, she's a cheesemonger,
Mhm.
and he's lactose intolerant, but he eats cheese because he loves her. Like,
I
it's so cute. And he's like, I'm gonna go throw up now because I ate cheese, but I love you. And I was just like, oh my god, I love it. And then there's a thriller. I guess you would call it a thriller. I read The Devil in the Blue Dress by Walter Mosley this year,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and it was really, really good. The sex scenes weren't gross. Like, by that I don't mean gross like in because I was worried because it was written so long ago that they were gonna do that like stereotype thing because it was a white woman and a black man,
Oh, got it.
and
Okay.
it wasn't written that way, and I was like, it was written in like a respectful way that wasn't like stereotypical,
Okay.
which was nice.
Liz brings up a good comment. Is your book a crossover with the Russian from
Oh
the?
god, I wish. I want her to write more in that series for like
Yeah.
I miss those books. The Russian is the best.
I try. So Liz knows about the candy canes, and you can attest to it, correct, Liz?
My biggest thing is
Oh.
they're too long. Like, her books are too long, and I'm just like, why are they 500 pages if they're romance?
I
That's my
think
biggest
my
thing.
Also,
thing is
like
I read them so
contemporary
slow.
romance, like
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm sorry. Like, I like her as a person. I just
All right. I'll give it
over
to you.
500 pages. Like, I'm sorry. I've been reading too many Harlequins. Romances should not
Oh.
be that freaking long. Like, I'm
See,
sorry.
I don't like Harlequins because I feel like they're too short. Like, there's not enough plot, like build up. I just don't like being thrown right into it or insta love. It's not a Gen thing. I just don't. I need that
Depends on the
burn where I'm
author
just
for
like,
me with insta love.
come on.
I feel like hers for me are too much like push pull. I'm like, get to the damn point. Like, let's
That's awesome.
get to the fucking.
yeah.
All right.
Exactly. I need that on a cup.
Get
Nicole, you need to make me like a coffee cup and it just says that.
get to the fucking.
Yeah.
Family. True.
Yeah, for real.
All right. Our next category. I'm excited for it again. Best musical score. Anyone want to guess on my book for music from a book to film adaptation or best audiobook? Because I didn't listen to audiobooks this year. So here we go again. Are you ready for it? Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. No explanation needed.
Oh my god, Jen.
Oh my god. That's horrible.
Hey, you guys had to struggle with the last book to film adaptation. I'm curious to see where this one went. So, actually, you guys do listen to audiobooks, though. So, here you are.
We do.
What are your
Yes.
best audiobooks, guys?
So mine is Crimes of Passion by Jack Harmon. And this was a great audiobook just because it was like a full cast narration as well. But then also our two main characters, they have two separate podcasts and they're both kind of popular in their own for different reasons. So but they come together to do like it's a true crime podcast where they come together and for like a series going over like a specific crime. And it was like listening to the audiobook, but then it was also like listening to the podcast and it was great. So I really enjoyed this. Crimes of
I love
Passion,
audiobooks that
Jack Harmon.
do like podcasts in the books. I love it.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Okay, that was mine. Go.
Alicia, you're up.
Mine was coming out of left field. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Okay.
And the only reason is we got stuck in Nashville and we had nothing to do but sit in the car, so we just put on an audiobook, and it was Stephen Fry doing the audio, and I love Stephen Fry.
Okay.
And he was just great, and he does this like voice for the robot that is hilarious, that like the robot just seems so like I don't give a fuck, like nonplussed about everything, and he just walks around and goes, "I'm depressed," and like with that tone specifically, it's hilarious.
Stephen Fry is a great narrator.
I love him. I've loved him since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Have you read his Greek retellings? Do them if you find them, do it on audio. He narrates them. It's great.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I looked it up. I read 6 audiobooks last year, and none of them I listened to long enough to be like, this is better than Taylor Swift. So,
oh jeez.
Don't worry, she's coming back again, guys. All right.
You're gonna hate me when I text you on like on the 9th, and I'm like, I want the Eagles to win. I'm so sick of the Chiefs. I'm so sick of seeing their faces everywhere.
They should not have been as far as they are, but honestly, at this point, another part of me wants them to win so that they can be a team in history that has hit that point. But this is not the season they should be proud to hit that goal on. Just
I
saying.
want the Eagles to beat their butts so people can stop talking crap about my hometown, for the love of God. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
Sorry.
I think, I mean, I struggle with this next category. I feel like I've said that for all of them, but here we are. Best short film, or which translates to short book or novella. Let me tell you, I did not read very many short books. I had to
That
go back to
surprises me.
Goodreads and figure out what my shortest book was. So that's what I picked, which is Tamed by the Highlander by Madison Faye. The other short book that I had was Barely, also by Madison Faye. And I don't even want to give it to Tamed by the Highlander because I kind of hated that book. It's just for a book in the past, I would have thought that there would have been more spice, and there sure wasn't for 130 pages. I was like, what is this? I read you while I was in
She gave too
Scotland.
much
Give me
plot.
something.
What is this?
There wasn't like even plot. It was 130 pages, and I'm like, okay, you've met them. They're fooling around, but nothing happened. And then I was just like, this is anticlimactic. Anywho,
I,
all right, Nicole, your turn.
I don't think I haven't read Madison Faye in like forever.
You read that one though.
The only
did.
one that I read was 15 inches, and I was like, I'm good. All right. That just sounds
that's
painful.
like-
I'm sorry.
That's like
Oh,
the
yeah, I
worst
remember that one.
one. It's so
I was like, ow. The whole entire time, I'm like, I know this is supposed to be sexy, but I'm just like, ow. Like, no.
Hold
yeah,
on
you
real
really have
fast.
to suspend your disbelief on that.
Shannon's comment here, that would be a great category. Maybe we come back every year just to do the Academy Awards, and we'll
We
just throw this
should.
in there.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then, Liz, you're absolutely accurate. Honestly, at this point, I'm really just watching it for the commercials, which haven't been that great. And the commercials
have not.
released before the Super Bowl so many times now, so
The
it's
only
not like
one that
you're
I find
watching new
great,
stuff.
the only one I find great, they released it early, but they did a recreation of When Harry Met Sally, that scene. And it's
Oh.
for Hellman's Mayonnaise. And she does the whole like fake orgasm over a
Oh,
sandwich, and it's hilarious.
Okay, so mine short book or novella is What the Hex by Alexis
So
Daria.
That's cute.
It is so cute.
It's
So
adorable.
it's so adorable. So we're coming back to our magical island that is kind of cut off. It's off the Miami, I think. But it's this magical island. You have to get in there. The only way you can get in there is if you're a witch or a brujo. And she's coming back for her sister's wedding. And it turns out that the groom is possessed by a demon. And the whole island is under a spell, so the demon can get away with what he's trying to do. And the only two people, of course, that are not is Catalina and then the love interest, which is the groom's brother. So, but they're also childhood rivals. So they have to come together to figure out what is going on. And it's really cute. I really, really enjoyed it.
Nice.
And I just like this cover too.
I like Alexis Daria a lot.
I've only read this one, but
you need to read Take the Lead by her.
Take the Lead. Okay.
It's really, really funny. I read a couple. The first one that I could think of is Blind Date with a Book Boyfriend by Lucy Eden.
Oh.
Okay.
It's really cute. She's there for a job interview, and she bumps into this guy, and they like fall in love over their love of books because he loves to read romances, but he can't admit it because he's a buff dude. And then she goes for her interview, and the guy who's interviewing her is the guy she met at the bookstore the day before.
Oh.
And it's just so damn cute. Like, and the covers are so cute. Like, and there's like 3 of them, and they're all like less than 200 pages. I think I read all 3 of them in a day.
Nice.
Like the second one is about their wedding, and like it's just really cute. And then I also have the Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf, because that was just fun. And you can't go wrong with anything she writes is hilarious.
It's
Like
hilarious.
she has one either it's coming out or it just came out where it's I somehow magically ended up in a rom-com with aliens.
Yeah.
Like your titles I'm just in. I'm in with your titles. Like I'm totally there.
They're
It's great.
so funny. Oh my god. And then the covers, they're so cute.
They're so campy. Like I
They
love
are.
it.
They're very campy. So cute. Okay, next one. Last 2 awards.
It's coming down to the wire, guys. All right, standalone. I actually, as much as I'm trying not to read series, didn't read a whole lot of standalones last year, so I'll go with my runner-up because I liked it, but not probably as much as this book. But the runner-up is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi.
Huh?
I really like that. I don't think you guys were as big of a fan, but by the time it got to the end, I was like, I enjoyed that. So that was a standalone that was good. And then my winner for this is going to be A Funny Story by Emily Henry. This is the UK copy. I was actually in
The
Heathrow
UK cover's
Airport.
prettier.
And so I bought it because it was a deal and I wanted to get a book while I was on vacation and I couldn't find the Divine Rival books that I really wanted, but here we are. So yeah, Funny Story by Emily Henry is my winner for this category.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't read a whole lot of standalones either. Like even the short little like Christmassy books that I read, they're all a part of like an overarching series, even though they're not really related, but they were a part of a series. And the way this one ended, I didn't really I think it's gonna be a series, but it doesn't say so much on Storygraph or whatever. But I'm gonna go with Bride by Allie Hazelwood.
Okay.
I really liked it. She's a vampire, he's a werewolf, and they have to get married because they have to form some sort of treaty because their kind hates each other. And it's almost kind of like a campy Underworld. But I enjoyed my time with this. But like I said, the way it ended, I really think that there's going to be another book in the series, but has not come about as of yet. But so that is, and I really like this cover too.
I like the like holographic bit.
Holographic, yeah. So yeah, that's my pick. Alicia, you're next.
Okay. The reason I picked this one is I read it in a day.
Wow.
Rules of Civility by Amor Towles. I think I'm saying that last name correctly.
Okay.
And it just gave me, maybe it's also because at the time I was reading it, I was homesick, and it's based in New York City in the roaring 20s, and it's a girl in her 20s that doesn't know what the hell she wants to do with her life, and it's just her life over like a 5-year period. And I literally haven't read a book in a day in like years.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah.
And I literally finished this. I got it from the library on a Friday. I finished it that night, like technically Saturday morning at 4 a.m.
Wow.
4 a.m. That's so early.
I couldn't sleep. So
You couldn't put it down, is what it sounds
yeah,
like.
yeah, and it's so good, and it just and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it reminds me of that like the like how you feel in your 20s that you don't know what the hell you're doing. Like newsflash, in my 30s, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I don't know either.
But
Yeah.
it just like, and then they go to Philadelphia, so there's a portion of the book in Philadelphia. So I'm like, because some of the restaurants they went to are still there. Like he actually based it on restaurants that actually exist, which was like just a little Easter egg in my brain.
Nice.
So I have his other 2 books that they're not connected, but it's all written by the same author.
Nice.
These are books, standalones by Liz. Yeah, it's hard to find standalones anymore, which is kind of frustrating.
Yeah, we need more standalones, please.
Yeah.
This is another standalone, by the way. Standalone.
I don't know that, and I hate that a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's a standalone, but it's in the same world, so you really like you can read
It's
this
in a
one." But I'm like,
connected world that you have to read
I'm not
18 books for.
I'm not gonna not read a book that is so far into it. I want to read all of them and then get all the Easter eggs that are in there.
Right.
That's just Jen's opinion, but here we are. All right, so we're going to take a moment before our final category, our in memoriam section. for series that have ended this year. I only picked the ones that I had read, so if you guys have any, feel free to add. But the Letters of Enchantment duology, we got our final book in that one, which breaks my heart to say, the Agitator series by Megan Quinn. There was a really cute, and I really recommend everyone reads this. It's The Savior's Book Cafe Story in Another World. It's a 5-volume graphic novel of basically this girl is chosen to be a savior of this world, and she decides to open up a book cafe,
That's
and falls in love with a soldier. And I'm just like, cutest story ever. And then the last one that I read was the Belladonna trilogy, which I think Wisteria had come out last year. So those were my book series that had ended. I don't know if you guys have any. I don't think that
I
there
don't
were any. I think we're in the middle of a couple series, but
Yeah,
they're
we're in
still
the middle. I
ongoing.
don't have any ones that ended.
no.
So, not me.
I thought they ended it, and then she came out with a book 12. I was like, damn it.
Book 12. Come on, man. You gotta stop. In Jen's opinion, I can't wait for the year that in that memoriam section, I love J.R. Ward, but Bachdad Brotherhood, like, come on. Or even like Charlene Kenyon's
Dark Hunter.
Dark Hunter series. Thank you.
Still going. It's still going.
Still going. And I don't even know what books are coming out now. She had a bad divorce, so it's like, do I buy these with her name on it? What's happening here? So, words. All right. Our
Words.
final category, which is best documentary. Oh, words. Best documentary, which translates to historical or nonfiction. Well, guys, the only nonfiction book I read this year.
Oh, jeez. Does that count as a nonfiction, though? I'm genuinely asking. I don't know. I'm not as big of a fan of her. Okay.
Does.
The closest I could get, guys. I just don't read nonfiction, and I really don't read anything historical. If we had picked this year, I absolutely would have picked one of the 2 books that I've already started, which the first one, I think you guys should really read, is Puck and Prejudice.
I want to read it so bad.
So freaking cute. I'm not even done with it yet, but that would have been a historical that I would have told you to read. One that I did read was Lady Len and the Mysterious Mac. Super cute. It'll get you a little frustrated since there's a lack of communication, but it's adorable.
That's in most books now, unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure.
I did not read anything historical or nonfiction aside from that. And did I read that on December 31st for this category, not realizing that she would fit the other 2? Absolutely, I did. So you're welcome. If she can release 3 albums in honor of her winning all of these categories today, I would be really grateful. Reputation, debut, whatever your 12th album's going to be, let's go for it. All right, I'll let you go, Nicole. Do you have a
I did read some nonfiction, but they weren't very good. I did not enjoy my time with them, so I'll go with the only other historical that I read, which is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross.
Would you call that historical? I'll give it to you. You know what?
Yes, I would call it historical.
Yeah.
And I should have selected that one, but I stand by my option.
You stand by your man. But this is most definitely a historical for sure. But yeah, I really did enjoy this. And yeah, I do need to read that one that I got so long ago by Rebecca Ross. Because she does write really beautifully, like just the prose is just gorgeous, so yeah.
And she's really good friends with Isabella Ibanez too, which I think is really cute. They like write each other into each other's books. I was
gonna say the first one, if you look, the forward in Divine Rivals is for Isabella Ibanez, who read this book as I wrote it, who convinced me to add Rowan's POV and occasionally lets me get away with things. P.S. I'm talking about chapter 34. And then in What the River Knows, Isabella Ibanez went back to her and did the same thing for Rebecca Ross, who fell in love with Egypt as I wrote the first draft, who cheered me on even as I reached dead ends, and who swooned when Wit first walked across the page. And I was like, you guys, that's
so cute.
It's adorable.
I ship you 2 as writer buddies. I'm just saying.
It's adorable.
Yes. Sorry. Okay, Alicia, I interrupted you. Go
No,
ahead.
you're fine. So, Rules of Civility would work for my historical fiction because it's based in the 1920s, and
Mhm.
it goes through to the right after the Depression. Um, but my nonfiction is, and I recommend you listen to this, Nicole.
Okay.
It's called "What Matters in Jane Austen: 20 Crucial Puzzles Solved." It is by John Mullen. It's what do you think actually happened to Lydia after all this stuff happened? Like, just like
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
questions you have, like, that they don't talk about, like how how did money work in this time period?
How did money work?
How
How does
yeah,
money work now?
yeah. How did like status affect who you were able to marry and just like stuff like that.
Right, right.
And this is the cover. The cover's just fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cute
And
cover.
it was one of the only nonfictions that I read last year, but I'm planning on fixing that this year by reading a lot of the nonfiction that I already own because I'm doing the read what I own challenge because I own a lot of stuff that I haven't read yet.
Sure.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
and
I
books
have
are
to
too
say,
damn expensive now to be buying new releases. Sorry.
that's absolutely true. No, 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 you're fine. I actually went to a dinner party yesterday, and the host is on a no buy year, and I was like, what?
A year?
Yeah, so unless if it's something that she, like, physically needs to buy for her well-being or for a pet that um, she won't buy anything new and food, obviously. But,
That's
like,
a
when we were at the dinner party, she's like, "I really wish before I had gone on my no-buy year, that I had bought, like, knives, like, steak knives." And I was
Steak
just
knives
like,
are necessary.
she can't buy them until next year. So it's her reasoning for it was she wanted to kind of like reevaluate her relationship with I think it's consumerism,
yes.
just because with Amazon everything is so quick and easy, and I mean I could
We're
never
all
do a full
guilty of it.
year, like that's way too much to take on. Um, but I mean, let's start with like a week, okay, or maybe even a day, okay. Let's not.
I'm doing a low buy year, like when it comes to like books, if it's continuing a series that I already started or an author that I love, that kind
Yeah,
of thing. But like I think I only have like 6 or 7 pre-orders this year
but I
because
thought
they're
it
too
was
damn
just
expensive.
insane, and I mean, I really wish I could do that. That'd be phenomenal. I
Well,
wish I
that's
had
why
that willpower.
I'm trying to get down my physically owned TBR that I haven't read yet. So
True.
I don't want to be like, ooh, shiny new thing that I need to read right this second because it just came out.
That's me. But then
Then
do
I
I read it
buy
when it just came
Stephen
it,
out?
Graham Jones is my like fine. Like I'm allowed to buy his new books.
but then
It's
I
fine.
buy it. I'm like, "Oh my god, I need to buy this immediately," but then I
And then
don't
I
do
don't read it.
Yep.
Yep. I'm just that's kind of why like I'm just like I'm going to read what I already own and have give myself like a couple okays because I know I'm going to read them really quickly. Because
Yeah.
I get a lot of Stephen Graham Jones and then read him pretty quickly. The only one that I don't have read yet is the third book of the Angel of Indian Lake trilogy because I don't want it to be over. That's why I haven't read it.
I mean, I don't blame you on those. Sometimes that's how you have to do it. And that's also why I started physically reading more, is just because I feel like
Same.
it gives me a better kind of relationship with the book that you actually not necessarily remember anything, but I enjoy it more as it's happening.
It's a tactile thing too. Like if you feel the book, I feel like.
Yeah.
Sure, sure.
All right. So let's catch up on some comments and then we'll try not to cry.
This just feels
Thanks,
weird.
Shannon.
Like, ugh.
Puck and Prejudice. Yes, you have to read it. It's so good. Always anytime I see Jane Austen these days, I'm just like, Alicia.
And then this year I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna finish off the Jane Austens that I haven't reread, and then I'm gonna dive into Edith Wharton. She's gonna be the next author that I focus on this year.
All right. Here we go, challenge. Thank you, Liz. That makes me feel better about my bad habits.
Well, you do have to cut back on certain things when eggs cost so damn much.
Yeah,
Oh my
accurate.
god.
Like
Accurate.
I can't. Like, I've never been so happy to have an egg allergy in my life.
Mhm.
Like, my God.
My son loves eggs, so unfortunately, I will
That's
be
the problem.
continuing to buy eggs because he
Yeah,
eats
my
them
whole
for
entire family
breakfast.
eats eggs, so I have to have eggs in my house, but I can't. Like, I can eat egg whites. I just after I turned 30, egg yolks have not agreed with my stomach. So
Um,
Aw.
yeah,
Dang,
the
getting
joys of getting
older.
older. There's so much stuff I used to be able to eat that I can't eat anymore.
Yeah, this is an
it's
accurate
bitter. It's
statement.
definitely bittersweet. It's like the
Yeah,
ending of an age, you know.
I
Yeah,
know.
don't do that to me, Nicole. You
Mm.
say the end of an era. You used to like Taylor Swift, all right? I was hoping that someone would call it out. On my last post, I said, "It's the last one. It's the end of an era," and nobody has said anything. But I did that for everybody. You're welcome.
Thank, thank you.
Well, you two are stuck with me regardless. Like I've told you two already. You're stuck with me forever.
You
Just
still
gonna
have
push me out of my
Alicia. Alicia's
comfort
got
zone
her
for
channel
you.
going still. And
Yeah,
we'll be on eventually. We'll probably pop on randomly. It's just
yeah.
nothing will be concrete.
Nope.
We'll have to
But
do
yeah.
like random check-ins with each other and just have random live streams.
Yep. I had thought quarterly and then I'm like, I don't even want to put that pressure on myself. If it happens organically, it happens organically. Yeah. So yes.
We message each
Make
other
sure
so much that it
notifications
doesn't. Yeah.
are on. Because I'll at least give you guys a week heads up. You know me, I love to post extra in case I have thumbnails. I'll have to figure out thumbnails to post. I already started doing some for like what I'm reading because I don't do anything with my own channel. So I'm like, I have my own channel as in my own personal Instagram. Um, so yeah, hopefully I'll get some more pictures on there. I haven't shared a cat picture in like a year, so
You
they
don't
all
Wow.
have
look
like
the
I think
same,
the
but
last
here they
cat
are.
picture was July of 2023.
No, I had it was January 2024. The one before that might have been July 2023, but it was
I
a
was like,
picture of
wait
a
a second,
knitting
because I
thimble
look at your
and we're
Instagram
all
occasionally, and yeah,
there. You're very close though, because it's been when I posted when we met Megan Quinn in October, I was like, huh, I haven't posted since I started reading He's Not My Type January 1st of 2024. So I went a whole 10 months without posting anything. Which I thought was both funny and sad. So
Well, it's
sorry, I
sometimes you
interrupted
do
you.
your like picture a day thing, and that can be a lot. So yeah, it's like a picture a day, or you don't see me for a year. It's
yeah,
Yep. That's what I told
burnout.
everyone too. I was like, I only get on, like I'm only consistent with getting on when I'm doing my photo of a day. And I actually kind of want to get back into one only because I have someone else doing it and I've had people tell this to me before and it's a thought that I had as she was doing it is I really look forward to seeing what she's going to post the next day and she posts
Yeah,
like the random stuff. Granted, she has a lot of cat pictures, which is fine by me. But I'm like, yes. So yeah, I you may see it happen just because it's been a while.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Shannon. I'll have to get you your fix. It is Catterday, so maybe I could go hunt one down or take any of the 3,000 photos that I have that are pretty much just of them. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been trying to stay off of social media too because
I've
if I'm
been
on
doing
my
it.
phone,
Yeah,
I do retail therapy, which is not healthy. And also, I don't have room for my retail therapy.
Why we gotta do a purge?
True. But a
I've
lot of
been I've been
people,
posting on I made a Pengo website. I've been posting everything on there
yeah.
and saving money for a trip that I'm taking in July.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Cool
If the
tour.
world doesn't shut down and I can leave the country in July.
This is accurate.
Yes.
All right, everybody.
Oh.
It's been real.
Yeah, I actually have to pee. Super sorry. And
It's
my back says, stop sitting on the
it's
ground.
going
You're a
in.
35-year-old adult. And no, that's okay. See, Liz, that's my thing is I can't purge much anymore because all I have are the pretties behind me. So
You got to read them and get rid of the ones that are just beautiful gowns.
that's accurate.
And I
Yes.
still need to show you how to do a pango. You've been telling me that for months now. We need to get on a
No.
phone, like a video call, and I can show you. It's really easy.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll have
I've
to
made
set that up.
$400 in 4 months. So
Dang, that's worth it. That is worth it. Yes, thank you all for hanging out with us. It's a pleasure to meet with you guys once a month, once a week, however often we did it. You guys made the live shows what they are.
you're the real ones. You showed up
Yeah,
every time.
The real ones.
I don't know. Nicole, do you have any parting words before I do the final try to stumble our way out of here?
Mm.
Thank you for hanging in with us. Thank you for sticking with it.
Yeah.
But that, like I said in the banner, it's not a goodbye. It's a see you later.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So
You're
yeah,
still
thank
stuck
you
with
all.
me. I'm still all over the internet.
Yeah, Alicia's gonna keep it strong. She's gonna pull us back in, being like, "Don't forget, we're still here."
I have
Um,
another I have a live this afternoon, and then tomorrow I will be on PL's
okay.
channel being interviewed, which will be really weird because it's usually the other way around.
Other way around.
Yeah.
It's too much pressure. Can I get questions beforehand?
No, we're just literally he's calling it brunch with Birdie. So I'm like, I'm
That's
here
so
for it.
cute.
I
That's
love
so
that. I love that
cute.
man so much.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll let you know when I start it. I have to finish. We have to do our discussion on Emma, and then we have Pride and Prejudice left and Mansfield Park left, and then I'll be moving on to Edith Wharton. I love PL is the best.
He did a good one. All right, friends, for the last time for now, thank you all for watching. Thank you, everyone, for watching the replay. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you to my lovely co-host for being here today. What did I
Bye,
forget?
everybody.
I didn't forget.
Bye.
Okay.
Didn't forget.
No, you're
Bye,
good.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.